Hi, welcome back to Video Evidence. If you're in the UK, you may already know that this month ITV and ITVX are airing a new crime series called The Dark. And if you've seen the trailer, you'll know that it's, well, pretty dark. It's atmospheric and there's a killer on the loose in a remote community. Honestly, it's looking pretty good and I think it will get its claws into you and drag you in, with Laura Donnelly from Outlander playing D.I. Monica Kennedy and Mark Rowley from Karen Pirie as D.C. Connor Crawford. Something you might not know already is that The Dark is actually based on a crime novel called From the Shadows by GR Halliday. Gareth's book originally came out in 2019, but it's being re-released alongside the television series, which is great news. There are plenty of crime fiction lovers, ourselves included, who always want to know whether a show is as good as the book it's based on. Today, if you haven't read From the Shadows already, you can start that journey with us, because here on Video Evidence we've got GR Halliday reading from the book, and is sitting in a lovely spot in the Scottish Highlands where the novel is set. Let's send it over to him now as he takes us right into a crucial moment in the story.
Okay, I'm GR Halliday, and this is an excerpt from my novel From the Shadows, which is set up here in the Scottish Highlands, where I am today. In this scene, which is from near the start of the novel, 16-year-old Robert comes home late to his home in a remote part of the Highlands. Him and his dad are estranged, kind of not really speaking to each other at the moment. Not getting on, and so Robert goes straight up to his bed without speaking to his dad, and when he gets up to his bedroom he finds a steaming hot cup of hot chocolate beside his bed, and he interprets that as a kind of peacemaking gesture from his dad, so he drinks it, and then moments later he starts to have kind of strange effects from it. And so yeah, Robert's alone in his bedroom with Ellie, who's his loyal dog, a Scottish deerhound. So, what is it, Ellie? Robert heard the slur in his own voice, felt saliva run down his chin. He reached a hand up to wipe it, but his arm wouldn't respond. Panic washed over him. He tried to sit up on the bed, but he couldn't move. He screamed, but the sound that came from his mouth was a whisper. He tried again to stand, and experienced a moment of pure horror when he found that he couldn't even turn his neck or raise a finger. Dad, please, help me. He tried to shout, but the words lay dead in his throat. The noise from the television died. Robert heard a click. His father was switching off the lights in the living room, in the downstairs hall. He tried to swallow, and saliva ran down his throat, a thick, sweet taste, but with something else under it, a hint of bitterness. He tried to swallow again. Nothing. Could he breathe? His lungs felt tight, and panic set in. Dad, please, help me. Then there was the sound of his father's footsteps on the stairs, the familiar creak from the floorboard as he paused at the top, just outside Robert's bedroom. The door opened. Daddy! That old comfort against all the fears, the dark, the monsters. Rob? It was his dad's voice coming from the doorway. I'm sorry about everything. You know you can speak to me. Please, help me, Dad. But the words were locked in Robert's throat, and his back was facing the door so his father couldn't see his face. We can speak tomorrow. His father sounded too broken and sad to seek a response from his son. Come, Ellie, down to bed. The dog whined, barked. She wouldn't move. Look at me, Dad. Please, look at me. Robert heard his father take a step closer. Ellie, come on. His voice was louder, commanding. Reluctantly the dog turned from the window, obedient to her master. She paused at the foot of Robert's bed, whining, then passed from his sight. Robert screamed and screamed, but the noises never made it out of his mouth. He heard the door click shut, his father's footsteps fading down the corridor. He stared into the dark at the end of the room, the taste of bitter hot chocolate burning in the saliva, pulling around his tongue. He stared, unable to move, as his eyes slowly adjusted to the low light. There was a long moment of silence in the house. Then, a sound from the corner of the room by the window, where the curtain hung down to the floor. It was the sound of someone breathing heavily, sucking in deep lungfuls of air. Then the soft shift of fabric sliding across carpet as the curtain began to move. Robert stared into the dark, and a pale white face smiled back at him. That's the end.
Thank you, JR. Wow. Well, I said it was atmospheric, but I didn't warn you how creepy and suspenseful it is. If you found that reading tantalizing, you can grab a copy of the book via the link in the description with this video. Over on the site, my colleague Rough Justice has reviewed From the Shadows. On top of the evocative descriptions of the setting and the brooding atmosphere, something we really like is how Gareth has crafted the main character, D.I. Monica Kennedy. There's a lot of humanity in the characterization. She's fierce and sharp, but also quite self-conscious about certain things. I wonder how much this will be reflected in the TV series through Laura Donnelly. That's all from us today. Please do like our video if you liked it, and please do subscribe if you want to see more from Crime Fiction Lover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.